Hi Gina.
Hi Ione, hi everyone. I'm Gina, the senior editor of Polyester.
And I'm Ione, the founding editor-in-chief of Polyester, and this is the Polyester Podcast, a feminist pop culture podcast dissecting the discourse on a weekly basis.
Please make sure to like, rate, subscribe and review. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our membership platform for exclusive podcast-centered perks. We're offering exclusive video episodes, secret mini episodes, and even episodes centered on what you want us to talk about across different tier options. Also, we've got a new issue out, and if you're a member, you get it for free.
Woo!
So go check it all out at the link in our description.
And a mini issue if you act quick today.
Today, the day after that.
200 orders are going to get a free mini issue that we made at our e-girl summit in New York.
Do we have any reviews, Ione?
Oh, do we? First of all, got to say hi to Cleo from JFK Airport.
Hi, Cleo.
Who came up to me and us.
You mainly.
It was very
I came
nice.
back from the bathroom and you were just chatting with a friend.
She was lovely.
Really kind.
Shout out Cleo if you're listening.
I love the name Cleo.
Yeah, gorgeous. Really nice name. So then on Apple Podcasts, Shayna R. in the US says, love from Oakland. Finding this podcast has been such a gift. My two favourite European divas. Such funny, honest and well-researched commentary. Also, Gina's pronunciation of Dracula has me in a chokehold. Can you say it?
Well, the thing is now I don't know how I say it.
Just try.
Dracula.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that's how he would say it.
Why?
Like Dracula. But also I think it might just be an accent thing.
On Spotify, we have some comments about last week's episode.
It was hard to find comments about last week's episode that weren't trying to make us to
Sorry
shreds, to be honest.
guys, we love you, Gen Z. Anyway, Nikki says, people in Wales used to answer the house phone by saying their whole telephone number. I feel like that did used to be a thing as well.
My mum still, if she rings me and gets me on voicemail, she goes, hi, it's Vicky Jones, your mother. I am calling. It is 8:15 a.m. And if you can please call me back, my number is... I'm like...
I
know all of this information already because it's told me 2 seconds prior.
And then Nevi D, who has a lovely profile picture of a cat, says, can we normalise pronouncing Emerald Fennel's name like the herb? Because I think the herb holds more cachet. How do I say it? Is it fennel?
It's fennel, yeah, emerald fennel.
And I just said it like it was the herb fennel.
Yeah, I think, but you were influenced by the sentence.
Okay, cool. lots of confusing pronunciation things today.
Dracula fennel.
Dracula fennel.
Dracula fennel. What are we talking about today, Ione?
So today we're talking about, no surprises here, Sydney Sweeney and Jessie Murph, and maybe a bit about the pleasing vibrator, but probably not.
Why not?
Well, if you got something to say, I'm all ears.
The thing is, I have nothing to say.
Well, there you go.
Okay, who do you want to start with first?
Let's start with Sydney Sweeney. So I think it's an interesting one with Sydney Sweeney as well, because she's someone that we've covered before, like a year ago in April. So what, like 15, 16 months ago?
Yeah.
And defended. And it feels like since then, it's taken such a like opposite steer from what we were saying. Like our position 16 months ago was very much like she's being projected on as like the end of woke, like people are just projecting this onto her, where she didn't like ask to be this like kind of angel baby of the alt-right, whereas it feels like now she's kind of just like leaning into it and going sicko mode with it and doing whatever she can to make as much money as possible.
Well, she has got a really big mortgage. Sorry, if you didn't know, she did an interview like 2 years ago where someone was like, Sydney Sweeney, why do you do so many ads, Sydney Sweeney? And she went, well, it's expensive to be a star. I bought a house that I can't afford, so that's why I'm doing loads of adverts. And then everyone obviously were like, fuck off, buy a small house.
So the latest Sydney Sweeney controversy is that she is in an American Eagle ad, which is a jeans brand. I don't think we have it here, do we?
No. It's like Old Navy vibes, I think.
I feel like it's like, isn't Old Navy like Primark?
No-ish, maybe.
I think Kenzie told me it was.
Don't tell that to my mum and dad because they love it.
Well, we love Primark, apart from the fast fashion elements. So
anyway, American Eagle.
So the clothing brand announced last week that the Euphoria star would be spearheading their new campaign under the tagline, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. So in the ads, it's basically like the one that's been going mental, like there's a few different ones, and to be honest, they're all fucking weird. They are, sorry. It's like a very close-up shot that's kind of like panning up from her feet to her head of her like wriggling on jeans. And then it's like, genes determine everything from personality to hair colour.
It's hair colour, personality, and even eye colour, because I was proper pissing myself
at that
tweet. There's a tweet that's like, why is it even eye colour? Surely it should be even personality.
Yeah, like personality is way more shocking.
Yeah, there's more shocking in regards to like your genes influencing that than your eye colour, because we all did those fucking squares in science in year 8.
In it. So then it's like, and it pans up to her head and she's like, my genes are blue. And she also has a really weird voice in it on, like, it's very, like, sexy voice.
Yeah, she sounds like she's gargling marbles.
Yeah, and so everyone's seen the ad. It's been going crazy on Twitter. Everyone's been like, this is fucking crazy. This is obviously, like, so racist, having, like, a blonde white woman talking about genes and then being like, I have great genes. It's eugenics, like, also within the context we're in, like, seems fucking stupid and terrible, and it's like dog whistling to the right, basically, and it's definitely playing
also eagles.
Yeah, wait, why?
Nazi eagles.
So, and I think it's just, again, well, I wonder if the ad itself and the whole campaign, like, there's another really weird one where it's like she's doing what's it called, like an audition, and she's standing in front of a backdrop, and then she walks in, she's like, hi, I'm Sydney and I'd love the role in American Eagle's ad campaign, and it's just like really awkward, like really weird and awkward. It just feels like really like tension and like strange.
Yeah, it's got like innuendo in it, I think.
Yeah, exactly, like, oh, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, like the casting couch sort of like,
yeah, exactly, like that stereotype. So some of shall I go through some of the reaction maybe, and then we can get into it?
Yeah, defo. And then I want to tell American Eagle my comms plan for
Okay.
getting out of this hole.
Do they deserve to get out of the hole?
No, they don't, but if I worked for them, this is what I would do.
We should give it to Sydney Sweeney. Well, does Sydney Sweeney even deserve to get out of this hole at this point?
Well, apparently not.
Anyway, so Sydney Sweeney Daily, I think, was one of the original, like, it's a fan account, and it posted it being like, oh my god, slay mama. And then loads of people found it, started retweeting it. Barbie, a Git prop, said, I was eye-rolling everyone saying this is weird master race shit until I unmuted it. What the fuck? Which is also my experience. So, like, I wasn't eye-rolling, I just, like, wasn't really paying attention to it and, like, didn't watch it all. And then I unmuted it and was like,
yeah,
this is the maddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Another weird part of the campaign is that she's teamed up with American Eagle to launch, like, the Sydney gene. So this is her gene. It's a pair of jeans with a butterfly symbol on the back pocket, and the butterfly symbol symbolizes the fight against domestic violence, and 100% of the profits will be donated to the organization Crisis Text Line, which makes it even weird that there's, like, this very sexualized ad campaign, because it's like, oh, but you're raising money for, like, battered wives.
Well, yeah.
That's a Vanderpump Rules reference, by the way.
But no, I do think it is a strange way of like launching a gene that's for charity.
Well, what I think
has been added on.
Well, yeah. So I think they made the campaign, didn't realise how fucking, like, what's it called, divisive it was going to be. Someone flagged it internally, because everyone's being like, oh, this is just proof that American Eagle only have white people on their team, only have this on their team. And I'm sure that's entirely true. But also I think I don't know. I feel like I'm always shocked at how little sign off these things have to go through, and how little process is thought out in, like, big corporate entities when they put out things. Like, you'd think there'd be like 100 people it has to go through and everyone has to say, that's not bad. But usually it's like not the case at all.
Yeah, it's just 3 big dogs.
Yeah, exactly. But you would think, like, that it would go through, at minimum, a few people on the American Eagle side and a few people on Sydney Sweeney's team. And I think they basically realised how weird it was and how it could be read. Also realised that Sydney Sweeney has a huge audience of those type of people, like MAGA people, that would probably specifically buy this product because she's, like, baiting some master race awfulness. And then Sydney Sweeney or someone else was like, let's try and just, like, keep the other side sweet by donating some money to someone. That's my opinion.
I think that makes sense.
So then Tileli at Exempt Marxism said the trajectory of her so-called career has functionally collapsed into a pampered class collaborator in the commercial sex industry. It elucidates how paper-thin the boundary between mainstream media and pornography is, and how attempts to make them entirely distinct as nothing more than liberalised market-fueled lies, which I think is quite a crazy take, by the way, just saying. Like, then Lenoir D said such a crazy way to sell something to women, which is also so true. Like, who the fuck, like, how are you girly pops watching that and being like, I'll get them?
Because quite a lot of girly pops on the right are like, MAGA brained, and they're like, this is the kind of adverts that we used to have and we used to love, and I want to be a sexualized little minx in my tight Sydney Sweeney jeans.
Guida said, this is not Guida. I'm not even going to do the whole not to be that friend that's too woke because I don't give a fuck, but this is clear evidence that we're in fascist times. They got Aryan race girl from a MAGA family doing eugenics ad for jeans. And then this is the tweet we were talking about. Florence at Moral Law with him. I hate the Sydney Sweeney commercial because she says genes determine hair colour, personality, and even eye colour. What? Even eye colour? That's less surprising than personality, and even is supposed to go next to a relatively surprising thing.
Yeah, the one thing that I take most umbrage with in this campaign is the copywriting.
I know, and also I go on LinkedIn like probably a few times a week just to see what's the crack and just check if anyone's messaged me or something. I don't post, and it's been going crazy with the LinkedIn posters, like literally so mad. There's like hundreds and hundreds of posts. People are also comparing it, which I don't even think it's comparison. I think it's an obvious reference to like the Brooke Shields 1980 Calvin Klein advert where she's like doing the same thing, like pulling on jeans.
She's 16.
And then she says, like, it's literally basically a direct reference. It's like genetic codes. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics, selective mating, which a single gene proves superior. Like, I think also that's probably where this campaign started. They said, oh, everyone loves referencing. Everyone loves an archive moment. Let's do that. And then it's just like, not spiral, but they've realised how many different ways they can capitalise on all the things associated with it.
Yeah, and I think they're definitely purposefully capitalising on the right-wing element of it. Like, I don't think anyone can be like, oh, I can't believe this got signed off. I think someone in that team was like, this
done it on purpose.
This will sell loads to MAGA, which is obviously like one of the most biggest and popular demographics in America at the minute. So as a company who is for profit, why wouldn't you go after that? I'm not saying that I would, but like, of course, marketing executives, of course, like a fucking denim company would be going after that market.
Yeah, 100%. And final twist, well, it's probably not a final twist, but it's the final twist up to us recording, is that the White House has got involved. At Variety, the White House is firing back at outrage over American Eagle's Sydney Sweeney ad, which reads, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, a play on great genes. Some on the left slammed it for promoting whiteness and thinness. The White House said, this warped, moronic and dense liberal thinking is a big reason why Americans voted the way they did in 2024. They're tired of this bullshit. And the full context is that, like, basically it was the comms director of the White House who tweeted it.
What? I swear the White House just didn't used to get involved in pop culture.
No, I think I saw a tweet being like, we're in the fucking dregs of society, like literal end time vibes. Like, why the fuck is like
the government
talking about Sydney Sweeney and a jeans advert?
In it.
It's absolutely bananas.
It's all bananas.
And anyway,
I think what's interesting as well about them pulling through the Brooke Shields reference is that Brooke Shields was not having a good time as a teen model.
No, exactly. Like, famously, like, mistreated, famously, like, exploited for doing things too young. Like,
over-sexualised, paedophilized.
Yeah.
It's just fucking... But I think what I found really interesting was there was, like, a long read in... It was for Slate, so...
I've put so many notes on this as well.
Yeah, there's a long read in Slate called The Sydney Sweeney Industrial Complex by Heather Shreddle, and it's so fucking interesting. Like, if I can convince you to do one thing, read this article. And it came out last December, so it's not even, like, up to date with all this.
If you're a pod member, we'll be posting all our research in the WhatsApp, so... Wait, before we get into it, we'll have to take a break.
Okay. We're back from the break. Okay, this article. I only highlighted one thing in it, so do you want to go through it? Because I'm just looking now and you've got 1,000 notes in it.
Yeah, okay, I'll go through it. So it's basically talking about, like, and I think it's something that a lot of people have picked up on, and even why she said, like, oh, I've got a mortgage, is because she was doing all of these brand deals. And they seem to get, like, more and more absurd. And also, I think I would kind of have more of an understanding about why she's doing so many brand deals. If, for example, she was like locked into exclusivity with Euphoria, obviously that's been like stuck in production deadlock for fucking years. She's not getting paid. I'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. But she's been in loads of hit things, done a million things in this time. Like, did Anyone But You, which was like a surprise hit. Did what was the Nun film she was in?
Oh, Immaculate.
Yeah, she's done loads of stuff. So Slay and Heather Schwedel decided to basically like deep dive into like why and like how much she does, which I think I didn't even realize as well. So last August, she was named director of Dude at Hey Dude.
No, because I literally just seen a Hey Dude advert this morning and I saved it because it's her coming out the ocean in a tight, sexy little bikini.
Yeah.
And she goes like, you can take the... Honestly, it's something crazy. It's like, you can take the dude out of country, but you can't take country out of the dude. And then she sits on a blanket on a beach. She's not wearing the shoes. There's no point in the entire video. The shoes aren't even on the blanket. Like, they're just flogging her. They're not flogging fucking whatever they're selling.
Well, guess what we got invited to that I haven't told you?
What?
The Hey Dude country launch party in Glasgow.
Why is it in Glasgow?
Because
the famous city of country music.
Because Lewis Capaldi is being the UK ambassador.
They'd be a lovely couple.
It's not a place, it's a headspace. Hey Dude, the global casual footwear brand known for comfort and style. So it's so funny that they've got Lewis Capaldi and then Sydney Sweeney.
It also is like such like apparently it's the same guy who made Crocs and Stanley Cups famous.
Yeah.
They've got on board and he's like, what you need to do is like get the like young women like interested in this brand. And Lewis Capaldi, apparently.
Well, but young women love Lewis Capaldi. They're like, oh, sweet boy.
I didn't know what Hey Dude was until all this.
No, me either. Until this one. Well, I seen that email like 2 days ago and went, haha, click off. And then I saw it in the research and went, whoa.
I seen her advertising these shoes like maybe last year.
It's giving like, you know, when like Nicole Scherzinger does a Skechers advert or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, then she also does Dr. Squatch.
Oh, this is the one that went viral because she was selling her bathwater.
No, it's different. It's another different one.
No, she's done the bathwater with them as well, wasn't it?
No, it's two different things. She's done a million different things. So this body wash is... Oh, maybe it is the same one. I don't know. But the advert is her sitting in a bathtub. I'm sure loads of people have seen it being like, hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body wash? So she did that. And then she's also done... So basically, this girl tried to buy every single thing that she's, like, flogging. So she did... She also is, like, the global ambassador for... How do you say it? Laniage.
Yeah.
Laniage, which is, like, those lip masks that everyone is...
Goes crazy for.
Obsessed with. She's also, like... the director of like vibes at some sort of water brand. She's also doing Jimmy Choo. She's also doing Armani Beauty. But like by and large, she's doing
and Kerastase.
Kerastase?
I don't know.
By and large, she's just doing fucking anything is like the the takeaway here. But what I thought was really interesting in this article is saying that this is a quote. Now, there's barely any such thing as selling out. The media landscape has become so fragmented that celebrities can do multiple ads, secure in the knowledge that most people will never see them. It used to be, if you did a celebrity endorsement, you were one of the network's mass exposure. Now, lots of the stuff that certainly Sweeney is doing is really hyper-targeted. I think you are seeing all of these things, but the average consumer is not seeing her holistically. They're seeing bits and pieces of her in their little segment categories, so like obviously how algorithms work. We're not getting targeted Hey Dude shoes or like man's body wash. We're getting targeted like the Armani stuff, the Laniage stuff, the Kerastase stuff, like the more fashion and beauty stuff. And all that she's trying to do, or all that she is doing, is like appearing in every single category of consumer doing something. So like whereas she's obviously getting like the most extreme version of this is this like hypersexualized catering to like men, all of this shit she's doing. But in reality, it's those type of adverts serve as like a double bind for people because A, they feed into like the MAGA people that think that she represents like what America should be, what women should be. Like everyone's like Sydney Sweeney's just not everyone, that lot, or like Sydney Sweeney's blown up advertising like by actually being an attractive woman. And like loads of rage bait alt-right accounts are putting like the Calvin Klein Pride campaign with like 2 fat people in from 2 years ago next to it and being like
we're so back, brothers.
Yeah, exactly. But then it also serves as like rage bait for us, like as in for like left-leaning feminist people. So she's kind of just getting double the exposure anyway. Do you know what I mean? But then also for like girls that are kind of, you know, like less clued into the discourse, which is loads. Like, I'm not saying we're right to be as clued in as we are. It's like they're probably only seeing her like flog a lip scrub and are like, okay, I like her. I like Euphoria.
But also, I think it's that side of the coin that where women will be like, she should be cashing in on her sexuality. Why shouldn't she be doing that? Like, she is going to get sexualized anyway. She should make a bag from it. And I think that's kind of like why people, well, not people, I think that's why she feels comfortable doing it. Because like it says in this article, it's like, it used to be like a A-list celebrity, which she is, would choose like 2 things to be associated with and anything else would be gauche. But she's now in the and we're all in the culture where like getting a bag is seen as a positive rather than,
and it's
like,
very Kardashian. Like, it's very like, I feel like this is something that the Kardashians kind of brought into popularity, like just doing anything as much as possible all the time.
Yeah, and being open about it as well and like honest and not really giving a fuck about how blatant it is. Like, she's like posting all these ads on her Instagram.
It's a bit fucking weird though, because surely it's a bit like counterintuitive as well. Like, obviously we're in the like post-consumer landscape of knowing that a celebrity endorsement doesn't actually mean they fucking use or even like the product. But surely if you're like doing 20 things, that's just like very blatant that you don't care about it, which is why I think it feeds more. Her advertising all these things feeds more into the attention economy than it does to like the
Exactly
actual,
what I was gonna say.
like, purchasing of these products.
It's brand awareness. And then once people have brand awareness of a brand that they maybe never heard of before and wouldn't have maybe even cared about supporting before, they'll be like, oh, this brand's aligned with my values. Or it doesn't even have to be about Sydney Sweeney.
The Slate article says similar as well. So Sydney Sweeney said about being aligned with these horrible shoes. Being the director of Dude is truly just embracing the power of being a woman and being able to do absolutely anything I set my mind to and showing others that you can do anything too if you just want to try it out. Then the writer says, that doesn't mean a whole lot to me, but you could argue that saying yes to seemingly every single brand that approaches her is an example of Sweeney living out this philosophy, which is true.
Yeah, it ends being like she's doing a big fat YOLO.
But
I kind of have to respect it, but I'm like, I don't actually have to respect anything.
No, I think there was another part that I found really... Oh, she's head of wonder at Buy, which is a drink thing. Head of wonder. What the fuck is a head of wonder?
I think,
and they are
antioxidant
everyone
just
infused
became
beverages.
the fucking creative director of everything.
Yeah, and then like
Kanye
was like, it's like Kanye said that thing about Polaroid or whatever.
Yeah, about Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
I love her music. What the fuck does she know about making a camera?
This is another thing that the article raises that's interesting, is like, why isn't she just doing her own brand? Which makes me think she is just trying to make money quickly. Like, she's not actually doing this sustainably. Oh, for what?
She's doing that Amazon brand with Jeff Bezos for lingerie.
Oh yeah, fucking hell.
That kind of also is me like, maybe like up until this point I'm like, okay, I think she's misguided and she probably is like a bit like girl bossy in her head, and she's probably like, yeah, let's get that bag, people are sexualizing me anyway. In her head she's like, yeah, I'll sell like a soap that's got a drop of my bathwater in and it's tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
But when you like factor in like, no, she's actually working with like the Lex Luthor of the fucking right now, Jeff Bezos, so she can have her own lingerie line. No, I think she's corrupt.
And yeah, corrupt.
She is corrupt.
The morally bankrupt
Sydney Sweeney.
So this other quote that I thought was really interesting in this article is, what had I learned about Sydney Sweeney so far? Perilously little. And that's part of what's unusual about her empire. In a piece for Eater, Erin A. Myers, a professor at Oakland University who has studied celebrity image making, pointed out that historically, with endorsements, brands got to take advantage of celebrities' popularity, but the other side of it was that celebrities got to shore up their own images. Jennifer Aniston, for example, used Smart Water and Aveeno as paintbrushes in the work of art that is Jennifer Aniston's reputation as down-to-earth and into nature. Quote, overall, people still tend to choose things that seem fairly consistent with their brand, Myers told me when I spoke to her. Is there any such thing as a through line in Sweeney's deals? Not one that the two of us could articulate. But increasingly, that's not a problem. You're in it to get these deals and get those connections and get that money. And people kind of respect that as part of the hustle of stardom, as opposed to something that tarnishes your image.
Exactly. I can tell you exactly what the through line is. She's sexy, she likes money. And that's kind of like what all MAGA wants from a woman.
I think it's really depressing.
Well, I'm not saying I'm agreeing with that, but I am also sexy, and I would like some money.
So you're going to MAGA yourself out, yeah?
Well, no, but what I thought was interesting, and I don't know if I saw it as a tweet, but it was like, we don't have sellout culture anymore.
No, it's in this. I said it, yeah.
Yeah, people.
But I think we do have sellout culture, like, but also I think.
But it's different standards for different people.
I agree, and I think that the like system of like taste and hierarchy in Hollywood has been broken down. Like the binaries of like good and bad actors, as in like high, low, like actors that are in indie films versus like actors that are in something like a mainstream rom-com. I feel like that's kind of been eroded over time and like over the last 10, 15, 20 years. And streaming has really impacted that being eroded, because like now something that's traditionally a highbrow experience, like going to see an indie film at a cinema, is now like more accessible because it's probably going straight to streaming because a fucking distributor doesn't want to take it on and Netflix wants to spend loads of money on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and someone wrote a really good article for the site where they're talking about like A-listers are a recession indicator at the minute, because all these people who used to be like maybe one film a year, one film every 2 years, are now in like 3 Netflix films a year.
Our website, by the way, just to make that clear.
Polyesterzine.com.
No, exactly. And I think also like we're seeing a lot of actors cross like the TV film threshold way more than they used to, like Nicole Kidman doing fucking loads of dog shit TV and then doing interesting films. And also, I don't even say dog shit TV derogatory because I watch all of them and I love them. We kind of have like eroded these binaries of what being tasteful in Hollywood means, I guess, which leaves it way more open for people to just do mad shit.
Yeah, I think A-list used to have like this mysticism to it now, and it's just as like the relatability complex has completely got rid of that.
And I also think the high fashion brands have fed into this a bit, because it used to be such a like coveted thing to like secure a high fashion brand campaign or be at a show or you know, like be exclusively dressed by someone. But now they are having like a revolving door of celebrities every like 3 weeks, even, with like ad campaign cycles, like constantly new content for Instagram, for TikTok, for brand deals, like TikTok Creator of the Month getting a bag campaign, like all of this stuff. And also, ultimately, maybe that is a good thing. Like we're eroding kind of like the aspirational ways we see celebrity and stuff, but it does mean that we leave celebrities more open to exploit for commercial gain.
Well, I think that just the role of advertising has changed so much in the wake of social media because the attention span's so limited. Like, you used to do an ad campaign and it would run for your whole collection. Like,
yeah, like how long did the fucking
months.
Charlize Theron perfume adverts run for? Like 15 years.
In it, but now, like, and we know it as well, like, you create a piece of content, the user is fatigued by the time they see the next one. Like, they're not going to engage with it as much. So it has to have a new person, it has to have a new feel, it has to have a new point of view, it has to have a new creative direction. So it's no wonder that these brands are spending so much money and so much effort into like A, shocking people, and B, like utilizing more people. And
I think it will backfire on Sydney Sweeney, like especially in terms, I think if she was just doing loads of brands and it wasn't necessarily politicized, she could get away with it a bit more. But the fact that she's like feeding into actual, like right-wing talking points, racial stereotypes, and like, I know people being like, it's too woke to say eugenics, but it's like, it's not. If it talks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck, and you're like using this language and evoking this, like...
You know who's like very openly massive eugenicists?
Who?
MAGA.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, us being scared of calling a spade
is part of the problem.
Isn't going to benefit anyone.
And I think also what you're saying is really interesting, because it is so true that people now can be like, she's just a girl getting her bag. And it's like, okay, well, if we're accepting that girls can be girls getting their bags, they can also be massive racist girls getting their bags. Like,
exactly.
It doesn't automatically make you a good person because you're like cosplaying some sort of empowerment that you've made up in your own head
through capitalism.
Yeah.
And I don't and again, like, I don't want to cast aspersions that Sydney Sweeney's a bad person, but she's making very fucking bad decisions.
Yeah.
Even if she isn't one. It's like either end of the scale.
I mean, we don't know it personally.
Exactly. Either end of the scale, like, what she is doing is causing damage and harm.
How she's like making herself this avatar is like stupid.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Offensive.
Bad judgment.
So we didn't get into Jessie Murph. Maybe we'll do it next
episode?
week. Yeah, or we could do a mini episode. We'll see where it lands. But big messes there all round.
Yep, and also Harry Styles is a vibrator.
Yeah.
Gauche. I think it's gauche.
That's very unlike Gina to say as well. Maybe we'll do a mini episode on that. We'll see. Thank you so much. What are you going to say?
I said I think we're doing a couple of them.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gina, for co-hosting this episode with me.
Thank you, Ione, for co-hosting with me.
Thank you, Nina, for sound teching and research. And thank you, Olivia, for editing.
And Lauren for beginning the research.
We love you.
We love you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.